I'm going to be ranking every single Game Pass in Arcane Conquest. This includes every Game Pass that you can get right here, all 6 of them, from F tier to the S tier. Let's go ahead and begin. The first Game Pass we have here is the old classic VIP Game Pass. Now, the VIP Game Pass does give a few things. First of all, it gives a 1.2 times multiplier for your experience. The only way to permanently increase your experience throughout the entire game. Also, you do get a few cosmetic items. The cosmetic items you get is this VIP thing, this Golden Shrine enchant, Gilded Sigils, and this VIP tag, making me look like this if I have all the VIP stuff equipped. And if I go ahead and type here, we can go ahead and see this little VIP tag right there whenever I send a message. Honestly, this Game Pass is really nice for an experience. The cosmetics don't really have much effect. I'm not going to be rating them as much. I'm also going to be rating them by their price, because their price is also important if the players are going to buy it or not. VIP is 500 Robux. So I'm going to rate this one a B tier. I'm going to give this a B tier. I feel like it's not that good for this game. The reason I don't think it's so good is because you can very easily just join or basically wear the best of the gear in the game at the whole higher levels, like level 23, level 24, or stuff like that. So it's honestly not that hard to get the level to equip every single item, and there's not that many dungeons. So right now I think B tier would be fitting best of it. The next Game Pass we have here is the 1+ item Game Pass, the extra item Game Pass, the most expensive Game Pass in the game. And well, how it works is pretty simple. How this Game Pass works is pretty simple. When you finish a dungeon, you will get 1 extra item. Example, this burnt wood staff came thanks for me of having the Game Pass. This Game Pass is pretty nice, not that good though. It can be mostly good when there's like a new dungeon added, but that's kind of a little bit rarer. Like, it's not something that you're gonna have always. And the big drawback of this is that it's the most expensive Game Pass, and by a mile. There is no Game Pass that even double their or basically is more than half their price, which is just insane. So extra item is clearly the most expensive, which does really mark it on the tier listing. Now, it is still pretty nice, so here's what I'm going to rank it on the tier list. Even though this is the most expensive Game Pass, in the few situations it's in, it's really, really good. So I'm going to give this an A tier. I think it's better than VIP. It's a really good Game Pass on the right situations, and when it's not, I mean, it's decent. It still has its small but nice uses. Now, let's move on to the double currency Game Pass next. Now, next Game Pass we have on the list here is the double currency earnings. This will basically earn double the Arcanium and double the gold when you do your runs. Now, for this Game Pass, you see I got 12,000 gold and 6 Arcanium, and I have the Game Pass. If I didn't, I would get 3 Arcanium and around 6,000 gold. Now, to be honest, I think this Game Pass is actually pretty bad. Besides the fact that you can get extra event currency, if we throw this out the picture, you only get double gold and double Arcanium. Gold you have in abundance if you just play a tiny bit, and Arcanium is only used for cosmetics, so it's actually pretty trash besides event currency, to be honest. So this is what I'm gonna rate it on the tier list. I'm gonna be rating this a D tier. The lowest one so far out of every single one right here. I'm not gonna give it F tier. I think there's one that's even worse here, which we will get into later. Now, let's go ahead and move on to the double crafting material Game Pass. For the fourth one, we have the crafting material Game Pass. This is a Game Pass specifically focused on the Ashen Cliffs or the realms on the upcoming realms in the future. For this one, when you go to mobs, for example, this mob right here, and I go ahead and defeat this little mob right over here, the amount of materials are going to be increased, or maybe I just would have gotten one of these two items if I did not have said Game Pass. So pretty much I'm getting double the potential items out of these things, which to be honest right now the drops aren't a lot, but we gotta take a notice. It's double. Now this can be a rating. People can disagree with me, and I wouldn't be surprised if people disagree with me on the rating I'm going to give this Game Pass, which it seems like it's kind of a niche use, but then it's ×2, and it's the only way in the entire game where you can go here in the crafting menu and you can upgrade potions to become stronger or other stuff like that. For example, if I grab this potion right here, I don't know why that visual bug keeps happening, but I can grab this and I can upgrade to make a stronger potion. I can go down here and upgrade a better luck potion. Thanks to that, thanks to these ×2 items, means I get double the amount, and that means double the amount to be able to make fabled weapons or fabled runes, which I don't have any fabled runes unfortunately to show you guys, but there's the point. So I'm gonna rate this on the tier list. I am going to give this an S tier. Yeah, maybe a bit unbelievable, but I feel like on the right hand, like if they don't just make the materials like the Game Pass if it actually gives double, then this would technically be the best Game Pass. Let me know if you guys disagree or agree this on the comments. I thought I'd just give that out because this could also be double value if you go ahead and grind this Game Pass. Now, we have 2 Game Passes left. The ×2 inventory and a higher cosmetic chance. Let's do the ×2 inventory. The next Game Pass is double the inventory. This basically allows your inventory to be 1,000 items. So for example, if I open my inventory, it's 1,000 items. But if I go from an alt account, which I'll go right here, which the alt is right here. And if I actually look at the alt inventory, 25 out of 500. 500 being my limit to being able, how many of these I can get. This can honestly be really useful if you collect a lot amount of potions, for example, me, but it's not a crazy Game Pass. As long as you do have some managing skills, it shouldn't be really that valuable. So here's where I'm going to rank it. Now, for ranking this one, I'm going to give this a C tier. And, well, yeah, C tier, I feel it's fitting there. It's not really good, but I mean, if you have a good few amount of Game Passes, this one's decent. Now, there is one left, and I think it's kind of obvious where I'm going to place it, but let's get into it. The final Game Pass we have here is the ×2 Cosmetic Luck. Why do I think this is an F tier? Yeah, spoiler alert, it's an F tier. The reason I think this is a low tier is because the items you get of it are purely cosmetic, no beneficial gain. So, not really worth buying, to be honest, and it's just something that you wouldn't really save time unless you're trying to get all the cosmetics in the game, which, to be honest, it's an average player wouldn't worry too much about. So, I don't really find this Game Pass useful at all. So, I'm going to be ranking this into the F tier, unfortunately, but there you go. There is the tier list, one on every single one. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if I should do this with other games. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe. YouTube says you'll like this video on my screen right now. And waddle out, my friends.